good day. But the payoff is when you finish that last descent and you make a left turn and you look down the coast, the west coast of Cape Breton Island, and you see the ribbon of road as it finds its way towards Cheticamp, it would bring a tear to your eye. Actually, the tears were long before that.
Thanks, Steve. Good morning, everyone. So, I have two kids, a 9-year-old who's smart as a whip, and a 6-year-old who's a charming bundle of energy. And when my 6-year-old was 2, sorry, I'm going to give my story, essentially how I came to be involved here and with the Lions of Children's Fund. When my youngest was 2, we brought him into the ER one Saturday afternoon because he had a headache and he'd gotten banged on the head earlier, so I was concerned he might have a concussion. And while he was under observation, he threw up, which is a symptom for a concussion, so they took an x-ray of his head. And when the x-ray came back, the ER doctor told us that there's no concussion, I'm not concerned there, but there's something a little funny on the x-ray that might be okay, might be normal. But I don't want to take any chances because he's so small, and I'd like to admit him to the hospital right away and have an MRI done on Monday morning. Well, he did such a good job at not making sure we didn't panic, that we were completely relaxed, and just marveled at the effectiveness of our medical system. In hindsight, that should have been a sign that there was something wrong, because you don't get an MRI scheduled in first business day after you're in the hospital. And so I went home with my daughter, and my wife stayed at the hospital, and the next morning we met up again. And the resident on call probably thought that we did look awfully relaxed, because she called in the pediatrician on call, who set us aside and said, "What did the ER doctor tell you exactly?" I said, "Oh, they're not worried at all, because, just precaution." She said, "Well, your son has a hole in his skull that wasn't there last month, and we don't know why, and we need to find out." Well, and 3 thoughts went through my head really quickly. The first one was, I have to sit down. Holy shit. And the second one was kind of panic. And just a little bit of context, too. I'm self-employed. I'm a small business owner, and we'd just been off a tough year. And my wife wasn't working at the time, so we weren't hurting, but we were budgeting. And the doctor told us that she was going to get us into the IWK within the week for sure, and probably again the following week. So the third thought that really quickly came through my head was, how are we going to pay for those trips? Which was then, pushed away because the panic kind of came back, and that's not the important thing anyways. Now, when you go through something tough like this, it's, I'm sure a lot of people here know, you kind of bump into you meet a lot of people and organizations who are doing just amazing things. And that was certainly the case with us. And one of those organizations is the Lions of Children's Fund. Now, what they do is they help cover travel costs to and from treatment for families with sick children. And the goal is to keep families together and to make sure that the child is surrounded by their support network at all times. Which is nice, isn't it? It sounds nice. And that's kind of the problem in talking about what they do, because it just sounds like a nice little piece of charity, and which doesn't manage to convey the impact and what that actually means for families, because what they do is amazing. And it's the best way I've been able to describe it is, say when the doctor was laying things out for us, it's as if she walked in with a huge backpack and told me, "Here, put this on, right? You're going to carry this around for the next few years, and in it, you're going to put all your fears and all your doubts and all your worries, and you can't take it off, right?" And so, obviously, the health issues all go in there. But on top of that, just the day-to-day concerns, things like paying the bills and whatnot, which normally aren't a concern at all. You don't think about it, you just do it. But because you want to ignore them, they tend to take up more space, and they're a distraction, so they get thrown in there as well. And on top of that, you have the expenses for unbudgeted and unexpected travel costs that just get lumped into the top. And what the Sick Children's Fund does is they come along and they say, look, we can't do anything about the bulk of what you're carrying, but here, let me grab these 15 pounds off the top. That we've got covered. And that's a really big deal. That's huge. Sorry, it's weird. I can talk about this and it doesn't bother me, but coming here and talking about this just yanks me right back to 4 years ago, and makes me forget what I want to say. So my son is doing fine now, and I got involved with the Lions Sick Children's Fund. I've been here for 3 years, and I've been talking about what they do. It's my way of giving back and thanking them. And they do amazing things. And as a result, you guys do amazing things just from being here this weekend and all the fundraising that you do, because you're enabling them to do amazing things. So thank you very much for being here, everyone, because it's really important.
The donations you raise goes to partially support Lions Sick Children's Fund. So thanks for that. Sharon, did you want to say?
Did you want to do the stretch? Actually, I just want to say one quick thing. So Remy said that he's been here since year one, and Remy and his wife Dawn, they started as volunteers, and Remy, this is their second year riding. And Dawn can't be here. She had an injury from another event that she worked on. But Dawn's responsible for all the rest stops. So she looks after all the rest stops for us and coordinates all the volunteers. So thanks to Remy and to Dawn.
I'd like to call on Mr. Stretch, Dave Swindell, who former Sears National Kids Cancer Ride cyclist, to lead us in the stretch today.
I wish we could stretch our heads somehow. This brain is just a little fuzzy. Yeah. So let's just start with the feet shoulder width apart, and we'll just hang down and get that blood back into the head. Oh, the pounding, it feels so good. And then reach all the way up and get the blood away from that brain.
Victor, do the national anthem.
Okay, hello beautiful people. We are in the best country in the world, and to respect our freedom and the things we can do, of course we honor that by singing the national anthem. I love it. Morgan, sorry. Come on, Morgan. You did a great show last night. With glowing hearts we see the rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Day number two. Rest stop number one, Cape Breton. Woo!
Talking about the week they had. Everyone's happy, somebody else sad, but it's all good, it's all good. Hold on, hold on. I will always be before you, baby. The night is coming when things are gonna be sad for you, baby. Just a little sad, but hold on, stay strong. Don't give up, baby. Don't give up on love. I see it in my life. Hard times are coming. darling. It's all good, keep on growing strong. Good, it's all good, hold on. I see it in the fire, burning bright. The lights are coming, it could be tonight. It's all good, it's all good, hold on, hold on. You know that I can see the day is near when the love will take us away to another place. Hold on, hold on. We'll just get better as we stick together. One together, we are strong. We are all one. Hold on, hold on. We'll find another way, a much better way. Hold on. I see.
Fourth tutor for kids. First one I found pretty hard. Second one pretty hard. Third one, not so hard. Fourth one, this one's hard. Yesterday, climbed a mountain, jumped in the ocean. No big whoop. Today, I'm gonna climb 2 mountains. Then I'm gonna jump in the ocean.
It's all good, it's all good, hold on, hold on. Hold on. They shake it just a little.